So I forgot the camera today, and I didn't really want to miss any of this because I'm gonna throw this in a two-part, or not two-part, like 2 different day or 3-day clips together. So instead of just going through with work and not showing you anything, I figured I'll film a little bit on the phone and try to make it work, I guess. I had an issue with a couple formats or something like that last time. So anyway, so I'm working on the neon. We had a race on Sunday, and I noticed quite a big difference after we stiffened up the rear some more. We did a little bit of strut work, and then I've made that rear strut brace. Checking it, I just welded everything real quick, threw beads all the way around, and it looks good. I know it's not really about the looks, but I didn't expect it to turn out halfway decent. I just tightened it up, everything's good to go. I gave that square rod a nice tight turn, and it's not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't even have much for flex. Like some of those cheaper strut braces, they just wiggle up and down, which at that point they're not bracing anything. Yeah, that's decent. So okay, so new day. I actually remembered the camera today. I haven't checked out the footage from the phone, so I have no idea if it's good or not, but I'm gonna roll with it. I'll give you a little review here. The plates are slightly mounted in the car. I was doing a ton of measuring. Like I was describing before, there's things that are in the way that I didn't really want to cover up. But I'm thinking they're gonna get the bar over it. The gap I'm gonna leave is enough that you could just put your hand over the strut brace, twist it off, and you could easily either just gravity pour over the bar or stick a narrow little funnel in there. Not going to directly mount it in the middle like the rear. I'm probably gonna mount it up here a little bit. Not ideal for like zeroing out where the strut strength is gonna be. Like, it would, top nut would be exactly where I'd want it to push evenly, but because of space and where the firewall is, it's just not gonna happen. I would have to put a bunch of bends in it, and then twisting it tighter and loosen wouldn't really work. So what I'm thinking is the mount's gonna hang out here a little bit, and I'm gonna make triangles, like braces, to box this in basically, to hold it, to try to disperse like the strut tension. I know I'm not gonna say evenly to the plate, but semi-evenly. And so that's kind of what I'm working on now. The bar is a little longer than what it needs to be because I was using this as a point of reference. But I just made, like, this was my example piece out of some of this pipe, or square. Well, I have some of this box. Oh, excuse me. I have some of this box stuff. Basically just cut a chunk out, cut it in half, cleaned it up, got rid of the sharp edges. And then I'm gonna drill the hole for the joints, and then we'll do another measurement. Probably cut the strut bar itself, and then start laying like little bits and pieces of like where's what gonna be what. What are you doing, man?
Just prepping the race car, build horsepower.
More horsepower, weight reduction. Andy's installing the new Bluetooth air intake.
Electro polished.
Yes. Anyway, I didn't film like anything the last like 45 minutes, so I'm gonna catch you up to speed. I cut this to the length I need, which was a even 36 inches. These are just tacked on there for a test fit. I got these marked out. I'm gonna throw some tacks on it, and then I'm gonna test fit everything again one more time to double, triple check, and then we'll weld everything together, and it should be good to go.
Look at that.
Oh.
Would you look at it?
Would you just look? Oh my gosh, what kind of car is this? Dodge Neon. Would you look at that?
Look at that wheel rail.
I like it, but welding's basically done. I'm going over things right now. Like I redid this one a little bit because I didn't like how it didn't go all the way out to the edge of the rod. Got that all tacked together, and I thought maybe I'll just do these like the rears, but because there's a lot more weight up front, I wanted to throw some bracing in, so I put these little triangles in. So this would be one side, this would be the other. They're not too heavy each, but they're nice and hefty. Like, they're definitely stronger than most of these plates I've seen. So I would really like to just basically wire wheel them and then clear coat them, but that's gonna take a ton of time. So they're probably just gonna get sprayed, which is a shame because I kind of like the bare metal look. But gonna go try them out on the car now, put everything together and see how it fits. It's in the car. It only took me like 3 seconds, literally. It's like 2 bolts, we're done. It's already tensioned up. I didn't overdo it. I don't want to throw a ton of rigidity in it right away. Just kind of want to see, a couple turns of this, and everything's nice and sturdy. Looks pretty good. Sorry about the low light. But everything clears the struts. It doesn't hit the hood. It doesn't even touch the hood. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Like I said before, it clears this perfect. These, not the greatest, but as you can see, I can still get to it. And if I stick a little funnel in there, which I do have one, it'll work out. I guess I really don't know what color to paint it. Like I said, I'd much rather have it bare metal and just clear coat it, but it's gonna take twice as much work than just to prime it and spray it. So, there it is. Holy crap. Whoa. I think that's the last time this little bit's gonna do any seatbelts. It's done. It is finished. I wouldn't say 40 pounds. This is probably like 20 pounds, maybe. Tops. If I can swing it over my head, it's definitely not 50. truth, I'm gonna pull it out the trunk. This thing. Gonna spin like this. Come on. So today I just stopped by the garage for a little while. I have an appointment later, so I wanted to get a couple things going this week at least. I don't know if I'm racing this Sunday or not, but Grid Life is on the 3rd. In Stevens Point, driver's registration, I'm pretty sure by now is filled up. I was lucky enough to get in. Thanks to my fiance, I was able to pay for registration, and I'm gonna be there. And if I can't be driving, I'm gonna have the camera and I'm gonna capture some footage. But anyway, probably saw we dismounted these, making a spec set because Grid Life does not. I'm pretty sure they're not running an unlimited class. And this set of tires is unlimited except the rears. The rears have much less than the fronts. So my plan is finish sharpening the rears, and I'm making just 2 of these into a new front set. So I was here counting and marking off this tire. I haven't done the inside row before the struts were hitting, and I don't want to drill holes and have to cut all the studs off again. So I'm going to wait until I have probably going to put a little bit of a spacer on this, like really thin one. Not ideal, not really what I wanted to do, but I have plenty of fender gap for when the tires are obviously not in the air, or the car in the air. So it probably won't rub. If it does, I'll just roll a little bit. But like, yeah, we hit the bottom of the strut in here. So on this set, we ended up lobbing them off and adjusting the strut some to fit them, and I didn't want to do that again. Hey, I'm just kind of doing little things, a little recap. Like I said, I can't be here too long today. So, airbox is out, cleaning that. Remove the battery tray, getting ready for the cable. Here's the new battery cable. Nice heavy duty cable running down there through the car and into the trunk. The trunk stuff was removed. Just kind of was curious too how much rust was in the actual body. Everything on the car looks pretty okay besides like the rear quarters or fender well, and then like the rockers are getting kind of bad underneath the side skirts. Back here right now, because I have this ground that I'm going to clean a spot, and I have a little nut and bolt, and I'm just going to weld it right to the body. There is a bolt into the body nearby, but I didn't want to use it because it is an Allen. And it's something, Allens are, I have a very basic set in my to-go box, but it was something like, oh, the ground's loose, well, I'll check it. This bolt and nut will be a 12 millimeter, not an Allen. And, you know, I'm gonna send it. It's all stuff we've had laying around, so we're gonna do it up, and yeah, cut to welding and maybe a couple scenes of doing the tire. If not, you'll see more later. Like I said, it was really nothing fancy. Batteries back here. Just picked a spot. I was hoping that it was gonna fit through one of these holes, and it wouldn't. It was like this one or this one way up here. Well, I didn't want that. I guess I could have went to that one way down there. But yeah, just pick a spot, any spot. So it'll go on there. Nice ground. And then we got the clamp for the positive terminal. That'll probably do in the next day or so. Alright, so that's going to do it for the neon update slash getting ready for grid life. I will post, the next video will be finishing the studded tires and kind of how I do it, how I make my studs. They have a rules, you know, there's a rule book for it. So I will post the link in the next video on what I follow. And you guys can check that out. And thanks for watching. And as always, remember to stay weird.